Sam Bodie. You know you're gonna have to go in your room for this one. But your kennel, I should say, your room, dude. This is how it is, buddy. What do you think, man? You think the signal's gonna hold for this one, Sam? I sure hope so. Oh, dude, it's hot in here, man. I got both air conditioners going. All right. Whoa, what the hell was that? You know what, Sam? It's not the age. It's mileage, baby. It is the mileage. Or why we do what we do, you know? Eat plants, blow gentle, sit still and breathe, that stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean, buddy? Hey, come here. Come here. Come here. You sit? Yeah, hugs. Mm-hmm. You got hugs? I'll get hugs. Come here. Come here, give me hugs. Oh, the good. You know what? That is the good stuff. Yes. We'll miss you next week. You're going to have so much fun, though. You're going to be staying with all your friends. You're going to be over at the kennels where you got buddies and friends and people who love you love. Yeah. And when I come back, we'll have a good time. You and me. Just for a few days, though, okay? It's not long, just a few days. And promise I will come back to you. Yes, I will not forget about you. No way. No way, homie. So what do you think? You want to be all right? Oh, you want some of that? You want that? Ah, da, 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 da. So nice. So in your kennel, come on. House. About time for a new mattress, huh? Gonna pour that one up. Lasted a little while, longer than the prior one. Well, you got the adjustments. That was too much. Well, hey, Krista.
Hey, Steve, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Just
All right.
staying out.
I'm hoping y'all be able to hear me. I'm running air conditioning today because it's hot. So we'll see how this does. All right in there, buddy? You getting enough airflow? Hey, we got two Kristas today. All right. Welcome, Dion.
Hi there.
Hey, hey. We're just going to give this a few minutes for everybody to arrive. Probably better get this stuff out of the way. Well, hi, Rhonda.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna be able to keep a connection, but I'm gonna try. A little bit. I'm outside, so
Oh,
I'll be good by Monday though. I'll have it all set up right.
yeah, I've been having troubles with mine off and on throughout the week, so hopefully it'll hold for us.
Yep. Should be good.
All right, just 2 more minutes. We'll get going.
So if I don't have my camera on, that's why.
Yeah, no problem.
All righty then.
All right, I'm gonna start muting folks out here. Hopefully everybody hears me okay. If you would, please make sure your device is at a speaker view so that the main image you're seeing is me. It kind of gives everybody a little privacy, those who like privacy. And as far as your own camera, you can have it on or off. It helps me if you have it on. If I can see you, it helps me to be in the room with you. Maybe adjust my cueing if necessary. But it's not a deal breaker by any means. If you prefer your camera off, that's cool, no problem. And well, finally, don't worry about skipping poses or something. If you find something that's just a little too much, you can skip it. That's all right. Kind of think of this like a big yoga buffet, right? You go to a buffet and you don't eat every serving of every dish or you get sick. Eat what you want, don't eat what you don't want, and every bit that you eat is going to nourish you. So let's get started in a child's pose. And if you're not familiar with a child's pose, it's just hands and knees. You push your butt back to your heels, walk your hands forward. Sound might be a little funky today. I got air conditioning going. It's hot, but I'm going to try to speak loud and clear for you. Once you're in child's pose, just get comfortable, get settled, grounded. Welcome, Anjanette. We're just going to start laying the foundation for this practice that we're about to indulge in. We do that by slipping into yoga mode. We're going to just do some simple things with the breath. And here's your first suggestion. Begin to breathe through your nose. If appropriate. There's some folks that doesn't work. And if that's you, breathe through your mouth. But if you can, please breathe through your nose. Lots of reasons for that. But you can certainly modify. And then next, begin to breathe fully, like maximum capacity on inhales. And let it exhale, like completely adios, all the breath in your body. A little squeeze of abdomen at the bottom of your exhale, get that last little bit. And then finally, just smooth it out. Nice and smooth and even. And like inhales and exhales have a similar duration. And I know it might seem kind of mundane and really not exciting, certainly not as exciting as a handstand or a vinyasa. But there's a lot of power in this. This type of breathing requires you to concentrate. Now, you really got to pay attention to what's going on with your breath in order to maintain this kind of breath. And to pay attention at a single point is concentration, which, well, that sort of slips into meditation. And the meditation is, well, that's the yoga of this activity. It's what sets asana practice apart from probably any other kind of physical exercise I can think of. And with this smooth and fluid and even breathing, well, that's calmness. Calmness lends itself to quiet state of mind, meditative state of mind. And right there is one of your boundaries you can put into place that you're in charge of. If you notice your breath isn't deep and steady and fluid, well, it probably means you stepped away from calmness. So, make a choice. If you wish to return to the calmness, we'll come back to breath. But if you feel like having loud, unsettled mind, well, just keep grinding. It's okay. It's your choice. Your second boundary to consider would be safety. If anything creates pain, or let's say something I say goes totally against belief system, well, you're free to modify it or discard it. That way you just kind of avoid any drama. There we go. A couple simple boundaries with not a single rule. Now they're just going to start adding some creativity, some poses and some movements and some things. We're going to add to this steady breathing, this calm mind. So let's, reach your hands out long, palms down. You could tuck your toes under, and then let your next exhale just lift your butt. Begin to straighten your legs into the first active pose, it's downward facing dog. Kind of like an upside down V. Now, this being possibly your first down dog of the day, certainly the first one of this practice, might be appropriate to keep a little bend in the knees. And they call this down dog for a very specific reason. You ever see a dog stretch like this? They're never looking around to see whose ass is higher, who's got fancier leggings, who's got the newest mat. The dog is just stretching. That's all. It just cares about nothing but the sensation. So indulge. Lifting your tailbone, kind of adds a little something. Pressing armpits towards ankles. It helps you dip into shoulder and armpits. Pressing out through the entirety of the back of your legs is going to kind of wake things up there. And we're just gradually bringing the body around. It's kind of like waking the baby up from a nap. You don't just like rattle it and go, hey, wake up, baby. No, it's gentle, patient. Next exhale, just lower both knees to the mat. And bring them together. Let your ankles open a little wider than your hips. Now, walking your hands back towards your thighs will lower your seat towards the mat, but between your ankles. And it might not get all the way to the mat. It really doesn't have to. You can keep weight in your hands if this is fragile on knees. And just bring your shoulders up over your hips, nice and tall. Whether your hands are down or not, it's the same either way. Now just bring your gaze inside of your mat space. And just moment by moment, step by step, we're slipping a little more into the stillness. As the physical body gets a little bit more awake, a little bit more, it says, oh yeah, I know what we're getting ready to do. We've done this before. Okay, all right. Go ahead, return your hands to the mat. Come to all fours. It's called a table position. Like child getting ready to crawl across the room. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Take your left leg extended straight back behind you. And toes can be 2 inches off the mat. You can be tapping toes, or you might have your leg lifted up. You find your spot. Lean into your left palm without collapsing into your shoulder. Just start reaching your right arm forward. Pointing those at the mat will bring your right ear and your right bicep somewhere in the same area. It'll have your neck long. And maybe your left glute, maybe that side of your butt's popping up. Just feel. Can you feel it come back even with your right hip? Notice what that changes with effort, with balance. And you take just about anybody you know and you plant them in this position. You give them a couple seconds, you're going to notice their teeth start gritting, the back of their neck tenses up, and they kind of get a little tense. Kind of like we're programmed to tense up when things get a little tough. I encourage you, just stay calm. One more breath. Exhale, set everything down on the mat. We'll just go make a switch, real easy switch. Take your right leg straight back. You lift it to an appropriate degree, something personal that works for you. And with strength in the right palm, you just reach left arm straight forward. I like to go thumb up, pinky down, and maybe my middle finger is going to touch the front wall as my nose points directly at the mat. And then same thing. This is a really great place to start using your mind's eye to feel. You find your alignment. I don't know what proper alignment is because I'm not you. So feel things. If it feels fragile, if it feels unstable, make an adjustment, strengthen it. If it feels challenging, well, that might be a place to indulge and dwell for a moment. On the inhale, maybe lengthen a little more. And then on exhale, set it all on the mat. Walk feet back, and you're just going to come into upper push-up position. We call it plank, we call it balasana, we can call it balancing on toes and palms, or knees and palms, because yeah, you can set your knees down. You know, if this is a little bit intense, you just put your knees down. Same benefit, less intensity. But it requires isolation and concentration of one of the most difficult muscles I know of. It's a muscle called humility. About a big breath in, full breath. Now with knees up or down, don't matter. Just exhale, bend your elbows and begin to lower with some control. See if you can touch chin to the mat before your belly and chest touches. All the way down, release the top of your feet to the mat, and then inhaling. Press into your palms, lifting shoulders and chest, but let's leave the thighs down. It's a back bend. They call cobra. Exhale, come on back down. Let your chin touch the mat. Inhale, back to cobra. Exhale, lower, chin touch. We're going to get 5 of them. So breathing in, you'll be the third cobra. Just gentle and free. Breathing out, we lower back down. Inhale, sweep, easy rise. Let the back bend. The breath flow. Exhale, come on down. Chin kiss the mat. And then inhale. Come on up to the 5th one, I promise. But let's stay there. About for 5 breaths. And we're certainly not all the way warmed up, but we can investigate. We can try to lengthen belly flesh by digging into palms, roll shoulders back, maybe slight chin tuck, lift top of your skull, or you can look up and get the throat stretch. So many options. Some people like to bend their knees, but it's a little early for that, in my opinion. Deep breath. Exhale, come on down. Chin touch the mat. Tuck your toes under. Push the plank. Same exhale to down dog pose. Just lift butt up and away. Good. So now we're a little warmer. Some breath, some prana blood is starting to flow. So let's really start to explore the down dog. Your palms. Maybe we can ground into those. Like we're trying to rotate them away from each other. They won't move, but they'll certainly rotate your elbows towards back of the room. And you'll notice the base of index and thumb start to press sweetly into the mat. Yeah, good. Take a look at your belly button to elongate your neck. Maybe look at thighs or something in between, just that general area. And then let's keep our shoulders out of our ears. They're not put there for a reason. They kind of go in armpits. Again, pressing out to the backs of your legs. Here's something. How about roll the inner thighs away towards the back of the room. How does that work? I don't know. Heels fall back wherever they fall. Maybe they touch the mat. Maybe they don't. It's not about that. Where do you feel something from heel bone to sit bone? That's what we're looking for. And then finally, just maybe, tilt your tailbone high while simultaneously pressing armpits towards ankles. And then somewhere, maybe you find your skeleton holding this position more than your muscles. Let's go into our first warm-up, shall we? Begin to walk your feet, just little steps, like 6-inch increments. Step by step, every step forward, push into the heel when your foot lands, and, get some Achilles tendon and calf. And as your feet get closer to your hands, you might want to come up on fingertips, or maybe you stay flat on palms. Once the feet are at your hands, just hang out for a minute. Pull belly button towards spine, protect your low spine. And we got options here. You can grab a hold of your elbows, that's kind of groovy. Maybe grab the backs of your ankles or calves and gently pull torso in. Or you could just leave your hands down on shins or on mat. Now let's put hands low. Again, maybe on the mat, maybe on the shins. Breathe in. Look forward. Remove any rounding from your spine that you can feel. Exhale, fold long spine without rounding. Open your arms like wings. Keep a long spine. Inhale. Come up. Top of your inhale. Your hands are reaching like you're tickling the ceiling. Exhale. Now just dive forward. Fall forward. Chest goes to thighs, head and hands down low. The inhale, we glance out, hands wherever you want, shins, floor. Exhale, now plant your palms. Same exhale, step or hop the plank. Same exhale, bend your elbows and come on down. Can you brush your ribs with your biceps? That's kind of nice. Release your toes and take a deep breath into that cobra. We practiced it 5 times. Exhale, chin touch, tuck toes, push the plank, the down dog pose. Now, you probably know, you're probably aware, vinyasa is a plank, a back bend, and the down dog. It's a fancy push-up, right? And that's a complete push-up. They're going to start adding up after time. So anytime you like, you can always go from a cobra right to a down dog and just skip the push-up. You can go table the down dog. So let's do one more of these. Let's kind of yogic tai chi. Let's move with breath. Let's flow. If you're with me, inhale, swoop tailbone high. Exhale, step or quietly hop your feet to your hands, chest to your thighs. Inhale, glance out. This is a lengthening move. Exhale, long spine, fold, a contracting move. Arms wide, flat, back. Inhale, stand tall, reaching high, maybe back bend if you decide. Exhale, fold forward, bring the head and body down low. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. We're going right into second warm-up here. It's a little different, so if you're with me, pay attention. Inhale. Bend your knees up to 90 degrees like you're sitting, and then bring torso and arms up to the sky. We're called Utkatasana or fierce pose. Breathe out. Scoop your left elbow across your right thigh. Palms together at your chest. A little twist. You're still squatting, by the way. Inhale. Coming back to previous pose. Chair, fierce. Breathe out. We twist to the left. The right elbow comes across the left thigh. And palms are together somewhere around your heart. Breathing in, come back again to that previous pose, still squatting as low as you please. Now breathe out, fall forward, straighten your legs, the forward fold. Ooh, feels nice. Inhaling, that's a lengthening out for half lift. Now exhale, plant your palms. Take the plank lower with some control, with some strength. An inhale will take you to back bend we call cobra or up dog if you decide. Now exhale, maybe push up, maybe not, into down dog pose. Bottom of your exhale, don't even miss a beat. Just lunge your right foot forward towards your right thumb. Ground your left heel so that foot's flat, and then inhale, bring your torso and arms right up to the ceiling. Then go warrior pose, right? Exhale, bring your hands back to the mat. Step your right foot back to plank and just lower it on down. You may be brushing ribs. Inhale, this is the back bend here, cobra or up dog. And then exhale, you can go right to down dog or catch the push-up. Options. Bottom of your exhale, just lunge your left foot right up towards left thumb. Ground your right heel. And let it inhale, lift you up. Warrior pose, reaching high. Exhale. Move with intention, not momentum. Bring hands to the mat and just step left foot back and continue to breathe out as you lower it on down. Like levitation. Breathe in, lengthening the front body, bending the back body. Breathe out, the nipples and chin touch mat, press plank, lift butt, down dog. Let's get a couple breaths here. So, Surya Namaskara B, we're bringing hips into the game, and now the heart rate's rising. You're starting to get a little cardio. One of the 5 aspects of physicality that we try to explore, right? Start to discover yoga asana can be cross training. Let's get one more of those. Why not, right? If you're with me, take a breath, tilt your tailbone, exhale, step or quietly hop, not pounce, feet to hands. A deep breath will lengthen you out, a little forward glance. A full exhale, bring torso to your thighs. Bend your knees, squat deep, and inhale, torso and arms up. Smooth exhale, twisting torso to the right. Your left elbow comes across your right thigh. Palms together at heart. Oh. Inhale, still squatting back to previous pose. Exhale, smooth, twisting to the left. Breathe in, come back to previous pose. We're here for a breath and a half. Oh, now breathe out, fall forward, straighten legs, head low. Inhale, glance out, find the length, just like the lungs lengthen. Exhale, palms go to the mat, float or step back and lower it on down. Breathing in is the perfect option for cobra. Breathing out really works out for that press into down dog. Bottom of your exhale, lunge right foot, left foot grounding. Inhale, just ride your inhale. Coming up, top of your inhale is right there where your hands get there. Exhale, ride the entire exhale. Bottom of your exhale has hands on the mat, right foot back, lower down. Inhale, Cobrasana. Exhale, push back to down dog. Adho Mukha, step your left foot right up there towards left hand. Ground right foot. An inhale is going to take you up with torso and arms. Then breathe out. Just follow your exhale. Follow it. See, there we go. Hands are down. Continuing to breathe out as your left foot steps back. Maybe that exhale lasted you all the way down to the mat. Ride your inhale into cobra. It's like we're just moving with the breath. You start to breathe out and then chest and chin touch and you push in the palms and the exhale takes your ass up, your head down. Down dog. Ooh. Let's get a couple breaths here. Now, I don't know if you're warm or not. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. But remember, we have the boundaries, right? The boundaries of calmness, the boundaries of safety. We have an understanding of moderation, not too much, not too little, gentleness, nothing forceful or aggression. So it really doesn't matter if you're warmed up or not, does it? Because you're going to be able to stay within your boundaries, practicing those principles. listening to your partner. So let's get started, shall we? Take your right hand. Let's bring it around behind your back with palm facing away. And just start to swiggle your hand up between your shoulder blades or thereabouts. Good. So you got a right arm behind your back, a left hand on the mat. You're still in down dog. And just, if you like, how about gently start lifting your left leg up behind you. And now the three-leg dog becomes a two-leg dog. We can call it supreme balancing. This is for people who like to do handstands, but must have wall, like me. No wall in the room, no problem. Here's your alternative. Same benefits as a handstand. Now lower your leg, return your hand. Stay in down dog, but let's take our left hand, reach across our body, grabbing the outside of my right knee. And then without compromising dog, without bending knees or falling too far on one side, just maintain stable dog and take your left hand down the outside of your right leg towards your ankle. It might not get there. And then with a little bend of your left elbow, maybe take a twist and look up under your right armpit. So I'm just trying to keep you moving creatively. Left hand, come on back to down dog. Now, leaning into left foot, putting weight into left foot. An inhale, lift your long right leg way up there, somewhere, your where. And breathe out, bend your right knee and see about bringing right heel towards left glute. It just means you're going to open your hips with the knee up in the air, kind of like a dog at a hydrant, right? Take one breath in here, open knee a little higher, feel pelvic floor, undercarriage, all opening. Now exhale, crunch your right knee across your body over towards your left elbow. And we're just going to hold here for just a breath or two. You can hang out and contemplate, what the hell is holding my knee here? When do I ever use that muscle? Now you can hang out here again, right knee and left elbow, or extend your right knee, straighten it, put your right foot on the outside of the left mat, ground your left heel, and then just breathe in and open your left hand to the sky. If you're feeling really precocious, now lift your right leg. Woo! Take a breath. Exhale, left hand to the mat, and then inhale, right leg back up to the three-leg dog. Now, as you exhale, just go ahead and bend your right knee again, bringing right heel towards left glute. But let's go a little further, maybe. Continue to rotate as you bring your right foot down to the left outside of the mat. You just rotate your chest up. We're going to be up on right ball of foot, outer edge of left foot, chest and torso lifting because the butt don't want to sink. It wants to lift. Now, right hand is reaching towards maybe where the front wall meets the ceiling, pressing into the left palm, left shoulder strong. Take a breath and lift your heart. Exhale, swing your right arm back to the mat. Inhale, take right leg up the three-legged dog. Exhale, bring your right knee towards your right tricep. And just kind of just take a moment to climb right knee as high up the tricep as you like. And again, you can kind of ask yourself, well, what the heck muscle is that now? That's a little different. And you can stay right here. If you wish to explore, ground your left heel flat. Yeah, your right knee is still lifted. And then just inhale your left hand to the sky. So you're in this like sidearm balance with a leg lifted up in a weird way. Take a breath. Exhale, left hand back to the mat, up on left toes. Knee is still by tricep. You can hold here or inhale. Bend your elbows, touch the chin to the mat. Exhale, press. Now inhale, take right leg back up to three-legged dog. Oh my God, asana. Exhale, step your right foot up towards your right thumb. Go ahead and lower your left knee. Bring your right arm inside of your right leg and use left toes to walk left knee back. Yeah, good. Yeah, just come on inside of your right leg. All both arms are inside. Walk your left knee back as much as you please. Release the top of your left foot to the mat. And then if you want, come on down on forearms. Or maybe just bend your elbows a little bit to get a little deeper. And if you wish a little more, you can straighten your left leg, lifting your left knee, pressing into the top of your left foot. Perhaps let your right knee fall open, come up on the outside of your right foot. Ooh. Now lower your left knee, bend your left knee, and if you want, swing your right hand around behind and take a hold of the left foot. And just gently begin bringing heel towards glute. Roll right shoulder and left shoulder open to just get a little chest opening. You know, we're just opening spaces in really interesting ways. You can even look over your right shoulder and open a little bit of neck space. Groovy. Release your foot, bring your right hand back around front. And then just come back up on your palms. No more forearms. Tuck your left toes under. Straighten your left leg so that the knee is off the mat. And then you lean into your left palm. Inhale your right hand up to the sky. Your right foot is once again flat. So your inner right thigh is kind of coming up towards your chest. It's like a dragonfly. How about one more inhale? Spread open. Exhale. Bring your right pectoral over your right thigh. Arms out like wings. This is the balancing lunge. We're just floating our right nipple about 3 inches over our right thigh. Good. We're up on left toes. Inhale, shoulders, arms, torso up, crescent pose. Stay here as you exhale. Push your left hip forward, your left heel back. Wow. One more breath. Reach fingertips. Now breathe out. Swing your right hand behind you. Take a hold of your outer left thigh. Look up at your left hand and inhale. Reach left hand up, up, up and over. Exhale. Scoop your left elbow across your right thigh. Put your palms together and just take a prayer twist lunge. Whoa. So the tendency is to let right knee come back because it's a little easier that way. See if you can push your right knee forward and put some tapasya on the thigh. Yeah. And what happens if you press into left toes and right heel? Will that help your twist any? And now a lot of times we're pretty groovy right here, but maybe you're feeling adventurous. If that's you, perhaps lengthen your left arm, extend it straight, putting left fingertips on the floor outside of right ankle. And then you can open your right arm up to the sky. Oh my gosh, what the heck is this craziness? One big breath. Exhale out. Ooh, now inhale. Come back up to crescent pose. Exhale with control, with momentum, with not using gravity muscles, hands to the mat. Ground your left foot flat. Good. So your left foot is flat. Left heel is now down, like a warrior lunge kind of. Your right hand is on the outside of your right foot. Put a little more bend in your right knee so it just pushes out beyond your right arm, kind of juts forward. Now, leaning equally into right foot and right hand, inhale, open your left hand to the ceiling. Yeah. So, you know, there's about 5 million names for this. There's this long Sanskrit one that I forgot. Extended side angle, bent knee triangle, broken triangle. But I'm just babbling and rambling so you can generate some heat, basically. Now, from here, begin to press your right knee into your right arm, and the same thing, right arm into right knee. It's an isometric. Just pressing them together. Cool. Yeah. Now start to press into the sole of your left foot. You feel your inner thigh? Drop your left arm over your left ear. Start reaching that towards the front of the room. All this stuff engaged. Finally, try to rotate your left quadricep and your left chest open while all that stuff is reaching and burning. And if that's not enough, I got one more gift for you. Reach your right arm forward, parallel to your left arm. Oh my God, what's that nonsense? That's a whole lot of core. One more breath. Exhale, bring your left hand back up to the ceiling. As you breathe in, spread chest open. Exhale, lower your left hand to the mat. Come up on left pose and drop your left knee. Oh. So let's get a little release, huh? I bet you more than anything in the world, you want to straighten your right leg. Cool. Bring your hips back and straighten your right leg. You can walk your hands forward and just hang out right here. Ardha Hanumanasana, half a split. There's an alternative. You take about 5 breaths to figure out how far forward you want to scoot your right heel. And figure out how far back you want to walk your left knee. And figure out how close to the mat you want to bring your crotch. It's up to you. Once you're there, how about like 2 or 3 breaths to figure out how far forward you want to fold while staying up on top of your left thigh and keeping left hip forward, right hip back, nice and even. And now that you've selected your desired spot, 5 steady deep breaths without fidgeting, without shifting. Perhaps remembering, man, all I wanted to do was straighten my leg, and now, hell, I just want to bend it. What's that? Desire, man, it's the root of all suffering. Attachment. So be steady, be even, equanimous. All right, stay with me. Left toes are tucked under. Swiggle your right heel back just a little ways, enough to put slight bend in it. So right foot is down, toes pointed towards front of the room. Straighten your left leg, bringing your left knee off the mat, and just scooch it up a little bit. Ground your left heel. Both legs straight. You got triangle legs. Now, hands kind of up by your right foot. Take a breath and pull your breastbone towards front of the room. Push right hip back, left hip forward. Now exhale, walk hands forward a little more. Bring your long torso down over your right thigh. Couple breaths here. Parsvottanasana. Pars, side, root, intense, tan, stretch. Side, intense, stretch. Or pyramid. Or just bending over my straight leg. Now, take your left hand. Ground it on the mat, kind of below your left shoulder. Inhale your right arm up to the ceiling as you rotate your torso to the right wall. Now let's check in with some hips here. This is all refinements. Right now, you got the pose. Let's look at ways to open and feel and investigate stuff. Don't need mirrors, got sensation. Perhaps, again, press right hip back, left hip forward. Maybe it's better to come up on fingertips and engage palm muscles. Maybe that feels a little nicer. Perhaps you can pull breastbone and pelvis bone away from each other, top of skull away from base of neck. Maybe you can reach your right hand towards that sidewall that's behind you, and your nipples just start pointing in opposite directions. And if you wish to explore balance, that's one of those 5 aspects. Take a look at your right thumb. Ooh. Big breath, full breath. Exhale, right hand comes back down to the mat. How about grab your right ankle? Maybe your shin, maybe your thigh. I don't know. You know. Breathe in, open left hand up to the sky. So it's kind of like what we were doing before, but opposite way, yeah? So now you got the pose. This is Trikonasana. But let's look at some refinements. If you feel like getting more of your right hamstring, just bring your right hand low, or you can even hook the big toe if you like. Coming up higher is going to help you lengthen your spine. If you like, drop your left hand behind your back, palm facing away. Maybe the fingertips can take a hold of the top of your right thigh. From here, the back of your left wrist can press your pelvis towards the side wall you're looking at. You can roll your shoulder blades towards the wall you're not looking at. And then finally, maybe you can roll open both your left shoulder and your right shoulder. Wow, what's that? Good. So all this space you open, try to maintain that as you bring your left hand back to the ceiling. That's an inhale. Then an exhale, drop your left bicep over your left ear. Good. Now start reaching your left fingertips towards the front of the room. This is Utthita, extended. Good. This is pretty cool, right? You're rolling your left torso open, left breast open, left thigh open, but maybe it's not enough. You're like, no, Steve, I want more. So just bring your right arm up under your right ear, and both sets of fingertips are reaching to the front wall. And they call this a triangle because it's hitting core, right? Now, from here, inhale, reach fingers a little further. Exhale, bring torso straight up, arms straight up the ceiling. Legs don't move. Inhale, come back to prior pose. Both hands forward or one hand forward. That's an inhale. Exhale, come right back up. Oh my God, yo, hope we're not doing sit-ups later. Inhale, come on back to your extended triangle. One more time, exhale, come up, both arms up, torso up. Boom. Inhale, right back to prior pose. If it's not already there, put right hand on right leg, exhale, left hand to the ceiling. On an inhale, rotate your torso, bring arms out wide, so you're just flying over your straight right leg. Now take a breath, come up on left toes, a little bend in your right knee, breathe out, stand up strong into your right leg, left leg, just floating out there back behind you, long, strong, it's airplane balancing. Now what we got here is a modification of Warrior 3, or we could call airplane balance, or just kind of halfway bending over, standing on one leg, lifting the other limbs up, right? This is a great place to breathe steady, to not worry about falling, only worry about breathing. Maybe feel both hips same length, same height. And then for this last moment, can I lift my arms and my left leg higher than everything? Drop your right hand to the mat below your right shoulder. Inhale, left hand to ceiling, left hip over right hip. Yeah, I know you thought we were going to standing split. Surprise. Couple breaths here. Flirt with straightening things, lengthening things, opening things. I can probably give you some cues, but I don't feel what you're feeling. So find length, open space. Maybe, you know what, for balance purpose, you can look up and see what that does, right? Woo, cheeky. One more breath in. Exhale, rotate back to airplane balancing. Put your left hand on the mat, somewhere below your left shoulder, and just breathe in as you open your right hand up, chest pointing towards right wall. So we did like lunging, twisting, triangular twisting, balancing, twisting. We're getting pretty twisted, y'all. One more breath in. Without touching anything to the mat, if possible, exhale back to airplane balance. Notice these rotations touching all the fibers in your right glute. It's asasana. One more big breath. Lengthen out. Exhale, hands to the mat, head down low. Inhale, notice your left leg still lifting. Exhale, set your left foot down next to your right foot. Breathe in, glance forward. Breathe out, take a deep fold. Inhale, bend your knees, take a seat, reach up high. Really, chair pose here? I don't know, it sounded like a good idea. Exhale, stay here, sit a little deeper if you wish. Pop up on toes if you like. One more inhale. Exhale, fold forward, set the heels down, legs straight, head low. Breathe in, find length, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant your palms, step or float back to a plank pose, and then continue to breathe out as you lower. This is a vinyasa. Inhale gives you sweet back bend. Exhale presses you deep down dog. Ooh. Now, I'm not going to make some ridiculous statement about how down dog is now a resting pose, because that's, I don't agree. But it's certainly a great place to kind of regather our breath and kind of get our equilibrium back and kind of settle the mind back down, right? So get a few breaths here. And maybe right now is like, oh my God, this is where we do that weird handstand thing. Oh yeah. Left hand comes around behind your back, palm facing away. And just start to swiggle it, finagle it. Like you're going to put it between your shoulder blades, might not get there. So what do we got? We got a left shoulder stretch, a right shoulder balance. Now, maybe you should start lifting your right leg up behind you. And tendency is to kind of turn this into a plank. I would encourage you to try to keep the down dog position. And you know what? You can tap toes. You know what? Now you know what it is. You can play with this anytime you want. You don't need me anymore. You got it. You know it already. Good. Now take a breath. Steady, calm. The way to come out, in my opinion, is to set your foot down first, or your hand, and then put your hand down. Oh, it's so awesome. Now, let's take our right hand, reach across your body, and I'm just going to take a hold of the outside of my left knee. Now, when we get here, do you notice how the ass wants to move over to the left wall? Just bring it right back. And here's a way to do. Push left hip up and away as you push into left palm. Yeah? And when you're ready to start bringing your right hand down the outside of your left shin, left calf, maybe you'll grab an ankle or a heel, but if you don't, who cares, right? Just feel. Yeah, good. Now the right arm, a little bicep strength. You can bend your elbow if you wish to take a twist, where you're looking up underneath your left armpit, and you're like, man, I really like this new variety of deodorant that smells so April fresh. Breathe. Good. Let's put our hand back in down dog. Now this leaning into which side? Oh, right foot. Yeah, leaning into right foot. Inhale, take your left leg up, just high, long, reaching. And exhale, bend your left knee. Your left heel comes towards your right glute. We're still up there. And so with the pelvis is open. An inhale, maybe lift left knee a little more, like we're spreading something there. Now, exhale, sweep your left knee all the way across your body, crunch it towards your right elbow. Yeah. Now you just kind of hold it there, and you can contemplate. This is a good place to hang out. Maybe bust out a couple push-ups. But if you want to play a little further, ground your left foot as you extend your left leg, the foot lands outside the right edge of the mat. You can just inhale, take your right arm up. So on the other side, you can lift your left leg here if you want, but here's something else to play with. Keeping your left foot down outside of the mat. Start to lift your pelvis so high that you can almost flatten your left foot. Holy smokes, one more breath. Exhale, bring your right hand on down to the mat, and then as you inhale, come up on right toes and sweep left leg up high, three-leg dog. Now, exhale, bend your left knee, bring heel over towards right hip, but keep going. Keep going, rotating. Your left foot comes down outside the right side of your mat. You're flipping your dog over, right? You're up on left ball of foot, outside of right foot. So your left hand starts reaching towards front wall and ceiling, meet that corner up there. And then on inhale, just press into feet, lift the torso, lift the breast, lift the heart, open it. Exhale, whoop your left hand back over and down to the mat. Inhale, take left leg up, three-legged. Oh. Exhale, just no big deal. Just crunch your left knee towards your left tricep. Yeah. While you're here, you just start climbing your knees somewhere up on your tricep or towards. Good. Now you can hang out here. Or you can ground your right foot. Bring right heel down, sole of foot down. Lean into left hand. And with your left foot still lifting, you can open your right hand to the sky to this groovy, funky sidearm balance. Yeah, you got it. It's just an inhaling move, and it's a little wobbly, it's a little shaky. How about one more breath? Exhale, right hand, come on back down to the mat. Left knee still lifting up behind. Now, just one more little touch, because it's probably last chance. Inhale, bend your elbows, touch chin, not nipples. Exhale, press. Inhale, take your leg right back up to three-leg dog, final time. And then exhale, lunge your left foot up, somewhere towards your left thumb. Ground your right knee, and then bring your left arm around inside of your left leg. So where are we at? We go Wu-Tang Freestyle lizard, yeah. Right toes. Let's let them start walking your right knee back. We're just walking it back so we can start to feel extension at the top of our right thigh, lengthening this psoas muscle, yeah? Once you get it back, just as far as is appropriate to you, something gentle, something personal. Perhaps you can bend your elbows and come on down to forearms. Maybe, maybe not. And then this is another thing. It's kind of optional, but if you dig it, you might like. Pressing into the top of your right foot, you straightening your right leg, lifting right knee. And then the psoas, it says, oh yeah, that's that extra bit I was looking for, right? It's kind of nice. It's gentle. It's moderate. It's not impressive, but it's definitely dynamic. If it's lifted, go ahead and lower your right knee back down. As you bend your right knee, you can reach around back with left arm. Yeah, left arm. Take a hold of something. Now, a toe, a foot, an ankle. Whatever you grab, it's best if it's yours, not your neighbor's. Yeah. And now here, we can roll shoulders back, opening heart, pulling breastbone and pelvis bone away from each other. Using a strong left bicep to gently, moderately, hyper gently bring heel towards glute. So just that last little touch in your thigh, yeah? And then that final bit, you can maybe look over your left shoulder. You hear these words, moderate, hyper gentle. Let go of the foot. Bring your leg back on down straight. Both hands are coming around front. And just make your way up on your palms. Tuck your left toes under. The straightening of your left leg will bring the knee off. Leaning into your left palm. Open your right hand up to the sky. Oh, the other way around. Leaning into your right palm. Open your left hand up to the sky. So we're in this dragonfly twist. So yeah, it's opposite legs. So we're going to one right hand on the floor. You got it right now. There you go. And there you go. Lift your left hand up now. Take left. Yeah, that's it. Do you feel that? Yeah. Good. Beautiful. Get a couple breaths here. And see the hand that's up in the air? Spread. You can spread your chest open if it's appropriate. Just lengthening out, finding spaces. One more breath. Exhale, bring your left arm down. We're going to bring left chest over left thigh, arms open like wings. We're still up on right toes. It's called airplane balancing. You can have your right knee down if you want, or lift it. It's all good. Now, on inhale, torso comes up, arms come up, crescent pose. Stay here as you exhale. How about gently press your right hip forward as you press your right heel away. Let's not worry about the sole of right foot being perfectly straight up and down. That doesn't matter. Let's worry about some sensation on the front of your upper right thigh, all along the back of your right leg. How about left thigh? You notice it's got little flames dancing on it? Yeah? Now, exhale your left hand around your back, grabbing outside of your right thigh. Take a look up at your lifted right hand. Inhale, reach up, up, up and over. It's a bit of a twisting back bend. Exhale, swoop your right elbow down across your left thigh. Palms come together somewhere close to your heart. Good. So now we're just taking a prayer twist across our left thigh. We're still lunging. And you know what? You can put your right knee down here too if you want, or you can keep it straight. But let's bend the left knee forward so it's above ankle, maybe beyond, and just somewhere to where you're like, wow, that's pretty warm. How about pushing into left heel while you simultaneously push in the right toes? Will that enhance your twist for you? And remember, inhales lengthen. So how about take a deep breath and pull your rib cage away from your pelvis cage. And exhale, press your left palm into your right palm while you're pressing into the heel and toes. Wow. Now that we're just so sweetly twisted, maybe open your right arm down the outside of your left shin and take your left arm up to the sky. Maybe. Wow. Holy smokes, I've only seen this in movies and now I'm doing it. Deep breath. Exhale, stay here. Practice of calmness. Inhale, come on back up to press and pose. Exhale, with intention, not momentum. Bring hands down to the mat, using muscles, not gravity. Ground your right heel. Right foot is flat. Left arm is going to stay on the outside of your left foot, left ankle. You might want to put your hand on a block. That would be cool. If that's a little bit much, you can just put your forearm up on top of your left thigh and call it groovy. But if you got it down on the floor, now let's start pushing left knee out beyond left arm. Okay? Good. Now we're going to create that isometric. Left leg, left arm, pressing against each other. Inhale, open right hand up to the sky. Ooh, good. Now that we're in the basic pose, let's find edges. Let's cook with propane here. We're already pushing left leg, left arm, engaging them together, creating some contraction. Press the sole of your right foot into the mat. There you go. Inner right thigh is now contracting. Yeah. A little bit of right glutes. Yeah. Good. Let's drop our right bicep over our right ear, but keep your right arm straight. Now, start reaching. Your right hand as you're pressing into sole of right foot. Left leg, left arm are still pressing against each other. What the heck else could we do? I know. Try to roll your right quadricep and your right chest open. Wow. But my foot's in the way. That's okay. Roll anyway. Continue to breathe. You fall if you don't. And as if this isn't enough, if you wish for a little more, bring your left arm forward so it's parallel to your right arm, and just use a whole lot of sweetness in your core to stay here. It's just a breath. Yeah, there we go. Adventurous. Woo. One more inhale. Exhale. Left hand back to the floor. Right arm up to the sky. Inhale. Spread your arms wide. Exhale, right hand, come on down to the mat, towards the mat. Come up on right toes. Good. Now, lower your right knee down. Oh, my God. So, go ahead and straighten your left leg. You're going to just draw your hips back to straighten your left leg. It's kind of like you're pulling your left hip back to straighten your left leg rather than pushing it forward. And now here you go. Here's bus stop number one. We can hang out right here. There's a lot of goodness. If you wish, take about 5-6 breaths as you figure out how far forward you want to push your left heel. How far back do you want to walk your right knee? And let's use some discernment. You know, that's your thinker and your gut, cognition and intuition. Good. Because you just decide how close you want the crotch to be. And once you figure your depth of what you want, you're just going to take, I don't know, another 2 or 3 breaths to see how far forward you would like to fold over your left thigh with long spine. Kind of like you're creeping your breastbone along your thigh. Good. And now that you're in the place you chose, let's get 5 full, deep breaths in total stillness. This is one of those poses that it says, hey, I want you to fidget, wiggle, move, shift, do anything, but stay here. It's like it exposes something the mind don't want to look at. So you get impulse, agitation, irritation, boredom, whatever it is. But can you just be still under pressure? Can you just be still when life is coming at you? Can you just breathe? Absolutely feel every bit of it, experience it, but you don't have to react. Now, if it's not already there, tuck your right toes under. Make sure your breath is steady. It's going to walk your left foot back a little bit, slight bend in left knee so that the left foot is flat. Left toes are pointing front of room. And just scoot your right foot up enough to ground your right heel. Now straighten both legs, pushing left hip back, right hip forward. So they're triangle legs. With your hands down. If you're not able to get your left leg straight with hands on the floor, put them up on your thigh or shin. That's good too. Take a breath and bring your breastbone and your nose towards front wall. Pull in. Now exhale, take long torso down over your left thigh to personal degree, hyper gentle, moderate, sensibly, mindful. Good. Now that we're here, your right hand is under your right shoulder. Just open your left hand up to the ceiling as you inhale, taking your chest, your torso to face left wall. This is a revolve triangle, Arvrita Trikonasana, or just twisting my torso with my legs straight and I'm halfway folded. Arms spread. Now, can you find refinements here? Like one hip, I think it's left hip push back, right hip push forward. Here's one. What happens if you, not aggressively, but kind of vigorously press into the heels of your feet? Ooh. And then the soles of your feet and the toes of your feet, all of it. Now, what's that like? Now, how about big inhale, pull breastbone away from pelvis and open upstairs hand a little wider. The exhale, I guess that's the left hand going to come on down. You can take a hold of an ankle or a shin and inhale your right arm up. Yeah. Or you might have your hand up higher, like on the thigh. There's just so many variations. You know, Ashtangi going to say, grab your toe. Iyengar going to say, put your hand on a block. What's the difference? Well, one is going to stretch more hamstring. One is going to lengthen more spine. You know, I don't know. I don't know proper alignment. Just know what I feel. Good. So here, how about this? Drop your right hand behind your back, palm away. See if you can swiggle your fingertips to the top of your left thigh. And then just use that arm bar across your low spine for a little bit of pressure. It'll push your pelvis towards the wall you're looking at, and then draw your shoulders back towards the wall you're not looking at. Good. Now, keeping the length you just created, just bring right arm out, up, and over right ear. So it's long, it's reaching. Now, you feel your spine is lengthening. Now you're getting a nice opening on right side body. It's just such a sweet stroke. It's creative. It's nice. Good. Now from here, you can just stay like this and you can still get plenty of action. If you wish, bring your left arm up under your left ear so you're reaching both hands to the front of the room, but you're kind of bent over halfway. Take a breath. Exhale, come straight on up with torso and arms. Legs just stay the same. Inhale, bending forward back to the way we were at a prior pose. Exhale, come on up. Man, I really hope we don't do sit-ups there. Exhale, on back down, or that inhale coming back to prior pose. Uno más asana. Exhale, come up, feel the side body engaging. Woo. Inhale, come back to prior. Exhale, left hand to left leg, right hand to sky. One big breath, spread chest open. Now exhale, rotate your torso over your thigh, arms out like wings. Inhale, coming up on right toe, slight bend in left knee. Exhale, stand into your left leg and just take flight. It's really up to you. How much you're going to bring torso parallel to the ground? Maybe not. Maybe you're like an airplane that's gaining altitude. Torso is kind of pointing up. You just take your time, and maybe at some point you get enough altitude, you just level off. Now, if you've got torso somewhat forward, perhaps we can play with lifting right leg higher than hips, and then arms higher than everything. Slight shin tuck to lengthen the back of your neck. Pull breastbone away from pelvis to lengthen the front of your body and your spine. Wow. One more breath. Left hand goes downstairs to the mat below left shoulder. Inhale, right hand goes up high. This is a half moon or Ardha Chandrasana or kind of like triangle on one leg, or just a whole lot of balancing and strengthening, and using a little less core than we were using with that triangle stuff. Ooh. Now, take a breath. As you exhale, you remember to rotate. Torso back square, arms wide. We're back to airplane balancing. We're just kind of taking a flight over San Antonio, Texas here. And just sort of level off, take another breath. Now right hand goes down to mat or block under right shoulder. Inhale, your left hand goes up as you open your chest to left wall. Woo! And you know what? I try to say don't touch toes, but they might touch. It's okay. You might bounce your toes off the ground a couple times. There are no rules. I don't know what you're feeling. Only you know. Do what you need to do for you. Well, if he shut up and take me to another pose. One moment as you inhale, lengthening things out. Now remember this, all that tissue in the left glute. Exhale, come back. That's awesome. One breath, lift arms, lift legs, lengthen. Exhale, hands go on down to the mat. It ain't no big deal. Just take a breath and notice, wow, my right leg is still in the air. Exhale, set your right foot down next to your left foot. A breath in, glance forward. Now breathe out as you bend your knees, pop up on your toes, sit on your heels. Ooh. You know you can keep your fingertips down on the mat outside your ankles there, and it helps balance. But if you wish, you can put them on your thighs. And our feet, they serve us. They serve us day in, day out. They carry us around. They wear our fancy shoes that look really cool but are uncomfortable. So let's take care of them. They take good care of us. If you got your hands on the floor outside your hips, bring them inside of your thighs, kind of in front of the crotch to help you balance, and just start opening knees away from each other. If you got your hands up on your thighs, okay, hands on thighs while you open your knees. So let's see how wide. Now your heels are going to go to a very personal place we won't name as you just sort of balance up on your toes. Now let's put our right hand on the mat with the forearm, right forearm on our inner right thigh. Put your left hand on your left hip and take a look over your left shoulder. Come on back center. We'll do the same thing. Left hand down inside of left thigh. Right hand on right hip. And just push your arm into your left thigh as you look over your right shoulder. It's just a baby twist. And that might be the pose, but or not. It might be preparation. Come on back center. Now, folding kind of forward, bring your right forearm down towards the mat. We're coming inside of our right thigh. This camera angle, don't know if you can see me. Wrap your right arm around the front of your right shin. The back of your right hand is going to be on outer right thigh. As you breathe in, reach your left arm around behind your back, and maybe your fingers meet. If they do, you bind. If they don't, grab some t-shirt, grab some Lululemon, just bind onto some clothing. And as you inhale, pull breastbone away from pelvis, roll your left shoulder open, as you just kind of bring your lat muscle, the rear side of your right lat, to your inner right thigh. And just get a nice little balancing twist. We got a deep knee bend. We got a toe balance. We got a twist. A lot of things happening here. Release, come back center. Oh my God, my toes are starting to feel this. Left forearm, come on down towards the mat. It's just nice. It's just nonchalant. I'm going to wrap our left arm around the front of our left shin. Back of left hand is just coming to outer left thigh. Right arm reach around behind the back. And again, we can bind fingers or we can grab clothing. It really doesn't matter. You just kind of lock off on something. And an inhale, remember, lengthen. Pull breastbone away from pelvis. Roll right shoulder open and take a look over it. So what we got going here? Deep knee bend, a toe balance, a twist. We got strength, stamina, suppleness, balance, and maybe your heart's pumping for a little cardio. We hit all 5 edges. We'll release. Come back center. Bring knees together. Set knees down and just sit on your heels for a moment as we continue to let the toes stretch. Oh, the bottoms. You might want to release your toes for a second. I get it. But if you can, just sort of keep bending. Just keep sitting at them. My goodness. So feeling all that sensation in your feet. What do we know? We know that sensation creates circulation. Circulation is precursor to regeneration. You feel all that sensation? Your feet are getting some love. Ooh. Now, one more time. Lift knees. Take a breath. Exhale. Push back to your seat. Take your legs out front. Might be nice to wiggle some stuff. Wow. Wiggle feet, toes. Wiggle hips. Now, that thing you're feeling right now, that shift in sensation, like that wash, man, you're developing some awareness of prana, energy, chi, touching your soul, basically. Now, how are we looking on time? Oh, we're fine. Bend your right knee and put your right foot flat on the mat so your right knee is to the sky. Take your left hand on the mat, kind of back behind your hips. Or your right hand back on the mat behind your hips. This left hand of yours, just reach down, grab the outside of your right foot, and then just extend your right leg out and use pulling of left hand, pressing of right hand to just sort of twist towards right wall. Wait, there's more, like that dude on the infomercial. Look over your right shoulder, and if you want, lift your right arm and point your right fingers to the back wall and just stare at the thumb for a moment as you pull into your left hand. So we're getting a little core, a little twist, a little balance. Keeping leg lifted. Come forward, bring right hand to where left hand was, outer right foot. Left hand goes to inner left foot, point toes, and just start to lift your leg up. Lifting. Now, your left leg, just bring it about 30 centimeters, 12 inches up off the mat. And then just let go of your right foot. So we got a right leg way up there. Left leg is just kind of hovering down low. Try to remove any rounding in your spine. It's like boat pose, but awkward, right? A little weird. So this should be our third inhale. Exhale, lower your right leg down even with your left leg. So we want to get 3 breaths here. That's the first one. There's your second one. Things are shaking. Do you hear my voice? Take a breath. Keep your right foot where it's at. Exhale, take your left foot way up there. We're going to do 3 breaths here. So that's the first one. Little bend in knees if needed. Keep bending out the back. And then another breath. Exhale, bring right foot up high next to the left one. And we're going to get 3 breaths here. Yeah, I'm grabbing my hamstrings for a second. 2 more. Big breath in. Exhale, set your left leg down. Hug your right knee in. Let's put our right ankle on top of our left knee. Bend left knee and put left ankle under right knee. Now, do you notice sometimes that the knee is way up in the sky? That's okay. You could just cross your right shin in front of your left shin. But if it's okay, if it works all right, you just stack your right shin on top of your left shin. Really, it's the same thing, just different dynamic, different intensity. So all those push-ups, what are we going to do about that? We sweep our left arm around behind us. Remember, up between shoulder blades, we did this before. Right arm goes up and over, bend your arm, and if you can catch fingers, cool. If not, you got t-shirt, catch t-shirt. See if you can swing, swiggle, finagle your right arm behind your skull, and then just a subtle glance up. So we get two different shoulder stretches. Remember, sensation becomes circulation, becomes regeneration. Scar tissue, impingement, stuff that shoulders tend to experience, you're just giving them a gentle bit of love right now. Just come on now, release left hand. Take right hand straight up. Now let's take left hand straight up. Inhale, pull ribs out of pelvis, lengthen. And exhale, we'll just go forward fold, bringing nipples out beyond shins if possible. You just dip on into some right hip action there. It's gentle, moderate, personal degree, hyper gentle. Again, do you hear these words? Hyper gentle, moderation, calmness, safety, contentment. You guys know what's going on, right? What are we really exercising besides the body, more importantly than body? What are we feeding here? You know, benevolent qualities of the mind. The law of nature, that which we feed grows strongly. And that which we starve atrophies and dies. If we feed benevolence, aren't we going to starve malevolence? Empower the light, eradicate the malevolent. And plus, we just happen to, get some strength, some toning, some physical stuff too. How lucky are we? All right, come on back, walk your hands up. I'm glad we're not doing sit-ups, right? Release your legs. Now this time, the left knee bends. We can put left hand around in the backyard there and start twisting. Right hand takes outside of left foot. And you just extend your left leg. You can have a little bend in your knee. Nobody says it's got to be straight. Just get a little extension so that when you push into your left hand and pull into your right foot, you're kind of creating this little counteraction. Some hip stuff going on, some torso stuff going on. I'm sure there's scientific words for it, but I just barely squeezed through anatomy, so this is what you get from me. Now, if you like, take a look over your left shoulder and lift your left arm. Reach for back wall, just kind of stare at your left arm. You have a thing called focal point. The Sanskrit for that is drishti. Goes back to single point of concentration, which brings us to meditation. And at some point, Steve just becomes this droning in the background. Rotate torso forward, left hand to outer left foot, right hand to inner left foot. Just, you can grab shin too if necessary. Don't always say you gotta grab your foot. But bring your left leg up, somewhere appropriate, personal. Right leg just comes up, 12 inches, not a lot. And then just let go and reach out like boat pose. So there's 3 breaths. Remember, there's 1. There's 2. Here's 3. Exhale your left leg down, even with your right one, and let's get 3 rests here. There's 1. Here's 2. Here's 3. Breathe in. Exhale, take your right leg up where your left leg used to be. 3 breaths. There's 1. There's 2. Here's 3. Breathe in. Exhale, take your left leg up high next to your right one. 3 breaths. There's 1. There's 2. Here's 3. Exhale, hug your left knee in as you lower your straight right leg. Woo! Bending left knee, put left ankle on top of right knee. Bend your right knee and bring it underneath your left knee. Now remember our mod for this, you could just cross left shin in front of right shin. Same deal. We'll get opposite shoulders this time. Your right arm going to swing around behind, up between, or somewhere thereabouts between shoulder blades. Kind of think about scratching something on the base of your neck. Left hand goes up and over. And if your fingers meet, you can bind, but there's certainly nothing to celebrate in that. And if they don't meet, you can grab some shirts. And there's certainly, definitely nothing to be lamenting about that. It's just wherever it is right where it's supposed to be. Use the back of your skull against left arm. Gentle glance up. They got that thing called santosha, this contentment. But it goes deeper. Did you know there's got this thing called radical acceptance? So wherever your cow face arms are at, it's good. It's right where it's supposed to be. You know, we're not really looking at it with a mind of success or failure. We're just doing the thing because it's given to us to do. Krishna tell Arjuna all about that in a half-hour conversation called Bhagavad Gita. Oh, let's release out of this. Man, that side felt pretty sweet, right? Both hands up. Let's lengthen it out on inhale. Exhale, forward folding, nipples out beyond shins if possible. As you come down, you feel that's just like we're taking a dive into our left hip, something way down deep. If you feel that, you know what I'm talking about, and it's pretty nice. It's called a piriformis muscle, and you know, when the heck do we get time during the day to, you know, hold on a second, I'm going to lengthen my piriformis. Everybody stop everything. You know, that never happens, right? So, indulge. Get every bit of it. I don't know. I'm in a pizza place. I put my shin sideways up on the steel table and dive into my piriformis. So I guess we could. I don't know. I might be breaking a health code or something. No. Come on up. Let's get on out here. Come on up tall. Hug knees. And this is kind of fun. Let's balance on butt bones. Hug knees in. And make sure there's nothing behind you, like cinder blocks or something. And then just roll back. Woo! Now, I know we always do twists at the end, but how many twists did we do throughout this class? A whole ton of them, right? So let's just take legs straight up to the sky and palms on the mat next to hips. Just press your toes towards the floor above your head. Towards doesn't mean touch the floor. You just press your core, your hips up and over. It's called plow, or what is that, halasana? But do you know your toes don't need to touch? There's no rule saying toes must touch. They just go towards the floor. There's no rule saying legs got to be straight. They can be bent. You bend them enough, it becomes the ear squeezing pose. There's no rule saying legs got to be totally together. They can be a little wide. Just find something that stays out of your neck and it's all in your shoulders, and it's like a reverse cobra. Yeah, we got time for it. See if you can swiggle your arms, scoot your arms like closer together so you feel upper outer arms, like tricep, outer tricep against the mat, like you're really wrapping your shoulders open here. And then bend your elbows and place the meaty part of your palm against the kidney, that scoop in your lumbar area. Let your torso fade into your palms so it's kind of like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. And then just bring your legs straight up. So torso is kind of angled to the floor, but the legs are straight up out of your hip creases. Yeah. And again, Iyengar are going to tell you that torso needs to be 90 degrees. I don't know about that. This is kind of the way I like to do it. Maybe you like it. If you really want to put a 90-degree kink in your neck, I'm not going to stop you, but understand you chose to do that. It was a conscious decision. We just hang out here and notice any mind games that happen, like requests for fidgets or movements. When I'm in shoulder stand, for some reason, my mind tells me that my left hand is slipping off of my left kidney. It ain't going anywhere. It tells me my right elbow is sliding across the mat. It ain't moving. I have to stay still, even though my brain is saying, no, you're going to fall. These supports are slipping away. It's the wildest thing. And when that happens, I smile because I know my practice is working. I'm breaking the greatest addiction of my life, the mind place, the place where the mind dwells. Starting to break the repetitive thought patterns. Starting to find what they call moksha, liberation, freedom. I know what you're thinking. Holy shit, I haven't heard Steve that quiet ever. One leg at a time. Let's go back to previous pose, but take your time. Something might have changed while you're upside down. So we're just going back toes towards floor. And once you find that spot, just go ahead and bring palms back down to the mat, connecting, engaging triceps and palms into the mat. And just use your core strength to lower your spine one vertebrae at a time. And we're just going to keep on going, bringing legs on down to where you're hugging your knees to your chest, tight. Yeah. And remember, I'm not going to cue another set of twists. I think at this point, it would be like too many maybe, but if you feel a necessary twist, now twist. But if not, squeeze knees in tight, try to bring cheekbones towards knees. And I don't think we missed anything, but just in case, start contracting any muscle you can think of. Toe muscle, foot muscle, calf muscle, shin muscle, thigh muscle, hamstring, toilet muscle, belly muscle, nipple muscle, armpit muscle. How about pull your ears back against your skull? When you've got everything you can conceive of contracted, hold that contraction and take the biggest inhale of the practice. Now exhale and release it all. Extend arms and legs out and melt into a shavasana. Move. This is, in my opinion, the peak pose. You just spent 88 minutes doing preparation and blueprints for this pose right here. So, don't discount. It's just get as much of it as you can. Then you spend the next 10, 15 minutes letting your breath get more and more natural, more intentional breathing. The next 10 or 15 minutes riding that stream of sensation and buzzing all throughout your body. Next 10 or 15 minutes, just kind of letting every point of gratitude for the thousands and thousands of things you've been given to be grateful for, challenges included. Just dwell with those as you still pay a little homage to yourself. I leave you with your breath, with your sensation, and I give you my gratitude, and I give to you my love. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.